Hello guys, thank you for joining us on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. This is your favorite podcast, Dance Boss Lady, and today's topic is going to be the translation of what actually happened last week. I did a podcast in Spanish, and the topic was how to follow. No. It was why not give yourself a second chance. I'm going to stop right now because I need to say hello to my partner, Seke, and I want to invite you guys to, just like I said today, that I will be interviewing over here. I'm going to be interviewing tomorrow Patricia Garcia. I will be interviewing on Wednesday Jeff Tavares for World Champion Wednesday. And my partner, Seke, is going to be interviewed on my YouTube channel and also my Facebook channel for what World Champion Wednesdays is going to be on Thursday, but we will be asking him very, very important questions about competition because, guys, competition season is right now, is around the corner, and we want you guys to get super prepared by asking the questions that you want to ask, because a lot of people are very confused about what's required to win competitions, because we get confused because we see people winning that look different than last year's winners. We see different judges in different competitions, and we really want to talk to you guys about how you can take the best route into being a competitor and actually winning competitions. So Seke is a judge in many world competitions, and he agreed to come here and answer all your questions on Thursdays. On Thursday, this Thursday, the 14th, it's not going to be on Instagram. It will be on Facebook, my Facebook page, and my YouTube channel. I will be posting all the information tomorrow. But just so you know, it will be 7 p.m. Eastern Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Time on Thursday on Facebook and on YouTube. Seke, the one and only. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to return to my podcast. And again, thank you for joining us for your favorite podcast, Dance Boss Lady. Today, I will be doing the translation of the podcast that I did a couple of weeks ago. And the topic was, why give yourself a second, third, fourth, and infinite chances to follow your dreams. So I'm going to start by doing a different dynamic this time. Since you guys know that English is not my second language, what I did this time is that I wrote the translation of what I spoke about last week, and I will start by reading my what I wrote, okay? And then we will be explaining what I mean by every line that I say over here. But I thought it would be like a better and more dynamic and faster way to go about translating the podcast that I did a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so, and I read, what makes a second chance worthwhile? There are times when we begin to pursue a dream and we are motivated to reach our goal. We reach a point where our dreams don't come true, so we stop trying and give up. Isn't it worth trying again? In general, we reject second chances because we're hardwired to find reasons why they don't deserve a second chance. I mean, why is it that we don't deserve a second chance, right? And as a result, we feel that we did something wrong and we shouldn't bother trying again, since we're taking a risk of failing again. In light of this, I would like us to consider the following. Why am I not willing to give myself a second chance? Like, I want us to ask ourselves. And why am I so harsh at myself? Why do I adopt these limitations that everyone has? Why am I not willing myself? I'm reading This is the first time that I do this, guys, so give me a chance. Despite the fact that this year is about to end, I want to ask you to I want us to give us the opportunity to finish what we started in the past. We should try once, twice, 3 times, and as many times as we need to. And this is based on the following 4 reasons that I'm going to give you. First reason, it doesn't matter what the result is, because it would always be a positive result. And taking action leads to a positive outcome all the time. Second reason, because you do not need to let your fear of failure hold you back. At the end of the day, you really have nothing to lose. The third reason, because the outcome this time will be very different from the past. You should always take advantage of what works for you and put aside what hasn't helped you reach your goals. And fourth reason is because if you don't try, you might regret it later. I'm going to come back to these reasons, and I'm going to give you examples of why I came up with these reasons, or what I mean by each one of them. So you should consider the above when learning a language, losing weight, exercising, recovering your healthy habits, dancing better, competing, starting a relationship, starting a business, or moving to another city. I'm going to give you these 2 tips to help you succeed in trying something new all the time. So first is try as many times as necessary to convince yourself that you are worth it, that your dreams are important, and then you can succeed. So try really, really hard. Then the second one, and guys, this one is my favorite tip. I give myself this tip all the time, and I give everyone this tip because it really will change your life. Make a schedule. Because what gets scheduled happens. There's a lot to say about that. So during the day, include a few minutes daily or at least 3 times a week to focus on your dreams. It is best to start with preparation activities and not directly with main actions, since this can be overwhelming. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to tell you what I mean this. It is so important. So you should make a schedule, and in this schedule, you should start for the full, a period of time, like a week, 2 weeks, a month, or whatever. You should not start with the activity that you're planning on. You should start with the activities that are going to prepare you for that activity. I promise you, this is totally gonna work. Yes, and the opposite is exactly what makes you want to quit in the first place. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to continue reading. Now I want to invite us to work together in this last quarter of the year for this very same reason. We will do this by asking ourselves a couple of questions. First is, what do I want to do? Second is, where do I want to go? And then third one is, what will be my time commitment to accomplish my goal? And finally, I want us to promise ourselves that we will always give ourselves another chance. And we want to say the following. Okay, so repeat after me. It is inevitable that I will fall on the way, but it's equally certain that I will always get back again. Okay, so I want you to promise yourself that you're going to give yourself another chance. I know that I've only been reading this for a couple of minutes, and this might sound like a very shallow or just very superficial topic, but it really is not, you guys. I recently started changing a lot of habits. I recently started picking up a lot of the dreams that I had left behind. And it's not like I had left them behind, as in I wanted to leave them behind. It was just that I was so busy doing other things that I found myself really falling behind. in a lot of things. Name it, let's say, because the full past year, I hadn't worked out like consistently. I hadn't danced with my partner consistently. There was a lot of things that I didn't do last year. And this year I felt like, okay, now I have the time to start doing all this. And when I try to do things like workout or like adopt healthy habits, this time it was a lot harder than before. It still is. And that was the reason why like a couple of weeks I came up with this challenge. Is a fitness and health challenge. You guys are all invited if you want to join me. And I'm going every single day on my Facebook group, and I'm working out, and I'm showing what I ate the full day. So that way I'm keeping myself accountable. But why am I doing this, you guys? The reason why is because I've been trying this for many months, and I haven't been able to pick it up like I used to. I used to be, it was very easy for me to eat super healthy. It was very easy for me to work out every single day. It was very easy for me to wake up and then start dancing 5-6 hours a day. There were so many things that they were just second nature to me. And once I gave them up in order to do other things like go back to school for engineering, like I started focusing a lot more on teaching now, because finally I'm coming up with this methodologies that I had always wanted to do, but I never had the time to develop. And now I am totally in ecstasies of how much I'm working, how much I'm developing, like how much I'm improving on my teaching techniques. So I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about how I started Salsa Bachata University, and I'm taking the lessons and they're just incredible. But all this has taken me away from my old life of working out every day, eating super healthy, and a lot of things that now when I try to pick them up, it has not been easy. So what I decided was to give myself another chance. Okay. Another example that I can give you is this podcast. I started this podcast, perhaps, I'm not sure, like 3 months ago. And then there was a time where I got stuck working in other projects. And then I quit I stopped doing the podcast. So this time, you know, I can tell you by experience that when you want to do something that you used to do, you get this feeling that, oh my God, why try if you're gonna mess it up again? Like things like that, you know. And I hear this from many people. And also the other reason why I wanted to do this topic was because in my challenge, in my flexibility challenge, I talked to my students. And a lot of the students that haven't been in the challenge consistently tell me the same exact thing. I feel the same emotion that they have. They say things like, you know, I was very motivated, but then I got busy and life got in the way, and then I messed up, and I'm just like not, I couldn't do it. So I hear the defeat in their words. And I want them to know that you can always pick it up where you left it off. Always, always, always. So that's exactly the topic of today. And that's exactly my message for all of us. And in light of the fact that we still have 3 months to finish this year, I want us to continue and then pick it up where we left off. And you don't have to start and then just go full throttle. You can use these 3 months to prepare for the beginning of the year, or you can use these 3 months to start, you know, like becoming aware of why you quit in the first place, and giving yourself another chance, like talking to yourself and just being you know, nice to yourself, and then convincing yourself that your dream is worth living, that you are worth it, and that nobody can take it away from you. And then you should just, like, who's after you, who's looking, who's running behind you, who's You don't owe it to anyone. You only owe it to yourself. To always give yourself another chance, because why not? And I want to be very empathetic and show and tell you guys that I am in that position constantly, and that's the reason why, like, I see how you guys can benefit from what I did. Okay, so I'm gonna read the four reasons why you should always give yourself a second chance, third, fourth, and everything. And I'm going to go into each one of them and explain to you what I mean and why I came up, and how is it that I came up with this reason. The first reason that I read to you was that let me see the okay. It says the result doesn't matter because it would always be a positive one. So this is very important, because I find that a lot of the times the reason why we don't try is because we're like, why bother? Once I try, I'm not gonna succeed, because last time I tried it, I didn't succeed. Last time I tried it, I didn't succeed. And in reality, guys, we have to reframe this, and every time that we try is a success in itself. In and out in itself, it's a success. Just the fact that we tried it again, I can promise you that the benefit is there. Why? Because even if it's just a little bit that you learn about yourself, even if it's just something, imagine that it's like you're buying a ticket, an entrance ticket to some sort of a community. Once you try, you get another ticket to just go in, and then you can redeem it whenever you want. For instance, I'll give you an example. This full year, from January to now, to October, I can tell you that I tried so many times to work out consistently, like I used to, right? And I also try to eat healthy for, let's say, 5 days a week, right? And then work out four times a week. So if there has been 40 weeks in the year, I can tell you that I have tried 40 times, because I was just not able to succeed. So what I decided in October was, I'm not gonna give myself, I'm not gonna talk to myself this way. I'm not gonna tell myself, oh, why try it? You're always messing it up. I found that every time that I tried, like around Wednesday, I was already messing up, and definitely Thursday, I didn't want to work out. I was already bored, and definitely I wanted to go and drink wine or whatever, so that I always messed it up every single time. So this time I said, you know what? I am not going to give up. I'm just going to try it again, but this time I'm going to try it with a different method. So what I did is that I started analyzing all those other times that I had tried, and all that data was very useful, because now I understood how I could hack my training, my fitness, and my healthy habits. And the reason, and the only way I was able to realize those items that were like so important, that piece of data, was because I had tried 40 times before. So if you notice, that means that every time that I failed, it's not like I failed. It's just like I learned something. I got something out of it. So every time that you try, you're always going to get something good out of it. So that was the first reason that I came up with. Then second, because you shouldn't let your fear of failure hold you back. I remember when I did the Spanish version, I remember saying that I realized that, they teach us how to be afraid of failure, but it's not like anybody gives us like an award for like not trying. Does that make sense? Like, no, we don't gain anything by being afraid. We really don't. No, but we don't get anything like positive by just being like, oh, okay, I'm afraid of failing. I'm just not gonna try. When we do that, we don't get any benefits. And the only people that get benefits, if anything, are the people that want us to fail, because we agree to just not try, and that makes us fail in itself. Does that make sense? So having a failure having a fear of failure and then acting on the fear, like meaning quitting, giving up, it's only detrimental to us. It's only going to benefit those who don't want us to succeed. So that's the reason why you always need to be giving yourself a second chance, because why not? You have to. You owe it to yourself. Don't be afraid of failure. You will fail. I promise you. Just start with that, and then know that once you fail, then you learn something, and then you just move on, and you're closer to success. And just trying is a success in itself. Okay. So now the third one is, you know what, guys? Oh, okay. The third one is that this time is not going to be like last time. This reason I got it from, I don't know if you guys realize that, or like just were aware that I used to be in a girl band 20 years ago. And this girl band was like on the top 40 Billboard. We had a song on the top 40 Billboard, and we were on the Instinct tour and all that. And we were on the Instinct tour. We were on Britney's tour. And this time, a couple of weeks ago, one of the girls some girl that has like a pop page. She follows pop groups and pop stars from back in early 2000. She asked us to do an interview, right? So we did a sort of like a reunion, and we hadn't seen each other for 20 years. So once we did that, apparently, I did feel like there was like magic there, because these girls are like stars for sure. And we all together are just something very special, right? But apparently there was other people that thought the same, and then they approached us, and they want to do something with us, right? Along the lines of reality show, something, right? So this was 3 weeks ago, and when this opportunity came to us, we were thinking, oh my God, why? I could feel that everyone was very afraid of trying again, because we felt like we had failed back in the day, because they didn't want us. The record company didn't do our album. Our video. Our album was $1 million. We were on tour. They spent so much money on us. They promised us so many things, and then they just gave up on us. So we felt that there was we had failed, right? And this time I said, you know what, guys? This time would be completely different, because this time we would not be recording an album. We would be doing something completely different, because we're different people. So trying again is only picking up where you left off from. So if you in the first place tried something because it's your dream, then I can promise you that this time is going to be a different result, because you're not the same person, but you still have the same dream. And now you are so much better than before in other ways. So maybe you haven't rehearsed enough. Maybe you haven't been in that path before, but there's so many other things that you have picked up along the way that would make this result to be a different result and more current to the situation that is happening right now, and therefore you would be a different kind of success. Does that make sense? So this was a big realization that I got, and that's the reason why I was like, why not? Let's try it, and then let's see what happens, So yeah, stay tuned, guys, because we are doing something really, really exciting. So that was my third reason. And then my fourth reason is the actual reason why I do most of the things that I do. And that's because I don't want to regret later on not having done something. I find myself, like when I go over my memorabilia or things from the past, I don't want to feel that, oh my God, I could have tried this. I could have done well in this. I could have just like fulfilled my dream. And I didn't do it because I was too afraid. Because I was afraid that people were going to laugh at me, or I was afraid that I was not going to succeed. And basically, if you notice, this whole thing is all about it's about reframing success. And it's about like just following your dream, giving yourself another chance, and not expecting a certain outcome to come about. And that's going to be already the success that you're looking for, and even more than that. So those were the 4 reasons why I think we should give ourselves a second, third, fourth, fifth chance. I'm doing that for myself in many ways. I'm learning French. As I said before, I'm learning programming, more about programming. I'm now programming, I'm learning more JavaScript. I'm going to start doing React. I already gave myself the chance to develop these techniques that I've been having in my mind and in myself for teaching. And I've had them for many years, guys, many years. And now I finally gave myself a chance. I scheduled myself, and I'm putting together all these programs that are like fantastic. I'm like combining my engineering with my technique, my ballet technique, with my experience for bachata and salsa, and combining all that with this new program that I'm taking that is for teachers. And I'm becoming a much better teacher, and I'm developing this techniques that are just incredible. And I'm only able to do this because I gave myself another chance. Because it's not easy. It's not easy not seeing results right away. So I'm being patient with myself, and I'm doing that. And then the last thing that I did was pick up this podcast again. And then the main one that I finished, that I started doing, that I resumed doing, was my fitness and my healthy habits. So what I did last week, and I was super proud of myself for doing, was that I created this accountability group where I go every single day at 5:30 p.m. and I work out for at least an hour. If not, I go for over that. And I also write and I expose what I ate during the day. And then I have other people talk to me, and then they're doing the same thing. And it's been really great because, for instance, I'll give you an example. Last Thursday, I was really not in the mood of working out. I was really at the point where I usually get on Thursdays. I was like, oh, I'm bored. This sounds very boring. I don't want to work out. I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm this, I'm that, and I'm in a hurry. I want to work. I want to do this other thing. I want to see my friends. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right? But because I knew that I had this appointment with my accountability group, it worked. And I came up, and then I just went to work out. And I kid you not, you guys, 10 minutes later, I was already excited, working out and the full thing. So that was me giving myself another chance. And I invite you guys to always give yourself another chance at everything that you have ever wanted to do. So with that in mind, I want to thank you for being here. And I want to have you listen to me on my podcast on Spotify. This one is going to be on YouTube as well. And right now is going to finish here on IGTV on Instagram. And please let me know what your dreams are, and what do you want to give yourself a second or a third or a fourth chance in. And if that is fitness and health, then join my free group. It's on Facebook, and watch me work out. And maybe you want to work out with me. I have my meal plans there. I have so many things, you guys. It's all free, and it's just that where we support each other and we just make ourselves accountable. Where we give each other tough love, because we say, hey, you said you were gonna show up. I was expecting you to come here, and you know what, guys? It does work. It's been working, and I see you guys in a couple of minutes in my fitness group. Thank you so much. Un besote. Bye.